When people are taking a palm reading, they want to know about certain things, and the most important thing that they want to know about is regarding the line of money. This is the line of money moving towards, pointing towards the area of Saturn. Saturn is the planet for money, possessions, wealth, wisdom, and responsibility. So people who have a good and stable line are the ones who are likely to have stability in their finances. But to look for money in your life, money line does play an important part, but at the same time, each and every line in your palm can point towards money in your life. It can be even to the extent the line of heart. This is the line of heart. Even this is a very, very important line, even in terms of your money, where it ends and the quality of the line a person might have in their hands. So undue importance is given to the line of money. This is the money line. Too much of importance is given to the money line, but still, first let us start with the money line, also known as the fate line and also known as the Saturn line. Saturn is a very slow moving planet. It is a planet for money, possessions, wealth, wisdom, and responsibility. So the line out here is starting at a very early stage. This is the stage where it is starting. And when it touches the headline, this is the line of head. The age is 35. It basically progresses a little bit, and then another line overlaps out here and it starts. And then it touches, this money line is touching the line of heart. This point is age, this point is age 53. And beyond this particular line, above and below the finger and above the heart line, this portion of the money line is after the age of 53. So what is happening out here is somewhere in the middle is age 44 on the money line. So before the age of 44, the money line is breaking up. So the way to measure out here is just take a look out here. The intersection out here is age 35. The intersection of the money and the heart line is age 53. So somewhere in the middle is age 44. This is how basically we calculate. Coming back to the original hand image that we have out here. So there is this break that you're seeing, and break in general is not considered to be good. The first thing is that the money line, if it is breaking up, it is not considered to be good. And the age, the middle point is somewhere out here, the age 44. And this new line that you see out here, this new line, in the initial phase starts at the age of 35, but during that particular portion, it is very dim and unclear. I'm just going to draw the whole image, the whole line, so that you understand in a much better way. Let's take the line. So the main line is this, which kind of vanishes away around the age of 42 or so. The new line in the initial phase is very dim and unclear, but it gains in strength around the age of 40. Then it progresses straight. There's a small line that is kind of joining in. Any line joining in, pointing from the area of Mount of Moon, is considered to be good. The reason being, consider something like river. Consider money line to be nothing like a river. A line joining in is a tributary that is joining into the main river. So this is considered to be some kind of a benefit that the person could receive in their life, and it could be from unknown people, females. It could also mean benefits from foreign countries, or those kind of things can also be depicted by this line formation, which is kind of joining in. Beyond that, you would notice that there's a V-like portion that you see out here. This is a V-like portion. V-like portion is also considered to be good. The reason being that it is said that energies penetrate the fingers and they enter your life. They enter the palm, they enter your life. And wherever there's a V-like portion, those energies get accumulated. So if it is pointing towards two fingers, like the sun finger and the Saturn finger, so sun is more to do with name and fame, and Saturn is more to do with money, possessions, wealth, wisdom, and responsibility. So this portion becomes a much more significant portion, and this portion, the age is approximately 48. This is the approximate age, I would say. So I have tried to mark these lines out here, but I need to add out here that you wanted to know, that's the reason why I told about these lines. But at the same time, you can't be successful without having good lines over the mount of Mercury. So you do have very, very good lines out here. And these are very multiple kind of lines. Multiple lines, and all of them appear to be reasonably deep and clear. First line, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eight, 9 lines. According to the book of Palmistry, if we just go purely by the book of Palmistry, it says that if you have got many perpendicular lines over the mount of Mercury, then the chances are you are likely to be a good doctor, or you are likely to be a good healer. But in my case, I say that not necessarily that every person becomes a healer or a doctor just by these particular lines. I would say that these lines are more to do with sharpening of your skills. That means if you've got multiple lines over the mount of Mercury, this is the mount of Mercury, it means you have multiple set of skills. And people who have good set of skills, the chances of those people succeeding in their life increases. Mercury is the planet for intelligence and knowledge. Mercury is the planet for skill and calculations and communication. Mercury is how good we calculate or how good we communicate with people. So communication helps us in achieving success. Communication and calculations help us in achieving success. So just ignoring the Mercury and just concentrating only on the money line would be a wrong way of giving a reading. So we should kind of give importance to each and every portion of the palm in order to arrive at the conclusion. Although there's truth in it that Saturn is the planet for accumulation of money, it is the planet for money management, and all these kind of things are depicted by, anything related to money is depicted by Saturn, but calculation of money comes from the Mercury mount. So what I was trying to say that every person cannot become a doctor just by having multiple lines over the mount of Mercury. If these lines are good and perpendicular, it means that the person has got many set of skills. And people who have got crisscrossing, imagine a situation if there were horizontal lines out here, crisscrossing lines out here, then I would have said that your Mercury is bad, and Mercury bad basically means that you are miscalculating and miscommunicating, and that is the reason why the person could suffer losses. Now, one more thing I need to add out here, that some people just might have one line. One line could also be seen as success. I'm just giving you another view of this thing. A person may not have even one single line. That can also lead to success. It could lead to unlimited possibilities. A person would be able to learn anything very, very fast. But out here, this is perfect that you have. But having excess lines, these are kind of excess lines. So excess lines means you are overworking your mind. The headline is not the line of intelligence. The area on the mount of Mercury is the area for intelligence, and these lines that are pointing towards the Mercury mount, those are the lines for skill and intelligence. So I would say that having too many lines means that you are overworking your mind. So I would say that you need to bring your mind to rest as well. If you're overworking your mind, your mind is going to go stale. So try to give rest to your mind as well. Every muscle needs rest. something like you go to a gym and you overwork your exercises, so your mind is going to, your muscles are going to get overworked. So try to give rest to your muscles, your mental muscles. Then new ideas are going to crop up, and that would help you to be more successful. And too many lines could also mean that the bile duct is overworking, too much bile is getting secreted, and too much bile getting secreted basically is would lead to indigestion, and stomach related issues or liver related issues can crop up. Uh, so those are the other possibilities that I've tried to analyze out here. Now your heart line, this is the line of heart. Now the heart line ending is under the mount of Saturn. So most businessmen and most people who are in service also doing good, they have this kind of an indication. So in that way, it is good. So people whose heart line is a little bit short, as we see in your case, it is indicative of the person being responsible. The person could be responsible towards himself, that is selfish. The person could be responsible towards the family, that is a bigger goal. Then the person could be responsible towards his company, so that is a different kind of a goal that the person can possess. And such people are good at managing money, and they are able to do things with limited amount of resources as well. So this is a beautiful sign to have. People in service or people in business, they would be able to accumulate good amount of wealth due to this particular heart line, because heart line ending under the mount of Saturn means your heart is targeting towards Saturn. And what is Saturn? Saturn is money. So in that way, it is perfect sign to have. But the quality of the heart line is not perfect. The thing is that it has got island-like formations. This is an island-like formation out here. There's another island-like formation. There's another island-like formation. Then the heart line is a little bit branches. These are the branches, or maybe it's ending also. There's a break also out here. Then few lines are moving upward and few lines are dipping downwards. So this is a little bit unclear kind of a heart line. Unclear kind of a heart line would mean you're unclear in your heart. Unclear in the heart could be in your relationships, your partnerships, or your love life, or it could also mean unclear regarding the work that you're doing. See, the heart line that is simple. People who are watching this video, just look at it. If a person just has a one single line, absolutely clear, deep and clear, it means you are giving your heart to one place. But if there are branches over it, it means you're giving your heart to different places. The longer the branch, the stronger the distraction. So these lines are the lines of distraction. So there could be small distractions that could be there. The longer branch is longer distraction, but this is at a later stage. Then island-like formation on the heart line mean elongated period of emotional stress and anxiety. So you need to control your stress and anxiety. You need to strengthen your heart. Now, these things might be sounding very trivial. You might be thinking, oh, these are very small things. But I would say people who are successful, they need to have good functioning in their body. If their body is not functioning in the most appropriate way, then somewhere it's going to, you may lose the opportunities, because when the opportunities arises, you may lose those opportunities because we won't have that focus, or we won't have that, either we would have too much of palpitation and stress would develop, and we may just lose those things in our life. And these island-like formation and unclear kind of a thing could also mean personal life could also be a little bit disturbed. So you have to be careful regarding those particular aspect as well. Although the length of the Mercury finger is long, reaching the top line of the ring finger. So in that way, if a person has got a short Mercury finger, then you normally say that problems in relationships and those kind of issues are there. And at the same time, there is a line from the mount of Jupiter that is kind of joining into the headline. This line takes a person to a higher position because Jupiter is a big planet. Big planet means growth, expansion, honor, respect, position, power in your life. So this line is considered to be a good line to have. Any person having this kind of line would be able to reach to a higher position in their life. And the line of head is a little bit unclear before the age of 35. After the age of 35, the line becomes clear, and it's branching out also, something like this. Branching out of the headline could mean that the person is a genius. Genius doesn't mean that they know everything, but genius just means that they can see two sides of the coin at the same time. The sun line is starting somewhere at this particular point. This point is age 35 on the money line. This age is on the money line is around the age of 29, 30, and this is where the sun line also starts. The sun line is multiple sun lines are there, not one line, multiple sun lines. I would also add out here that one sun line is good enough. Multiple sun lines means multiple set of works that the person would be known for different field of work as well. Two sun line mean two field of work, and at the same time the quality of the sun line in the initial phase is not the excellent part. Excellent. The quality becomes excellent above the heart line. This is the heart line. Above the heart line, the quality of the sun line becomes extremely good. So these two lines are good enough. There are two or three more lines also. We can ignore those lines, because if you have got one or two lines, that's all you require. You don't need to have 5 lines. 5 lines doesn't mean that you are going to be 5 times more successful. Even one line can give you ultimate success, provided it is deep and clear. A deep and clear sun line beyond the age of 53 means that the chances are that there would be much more clarity coming into your life, into your work, and that is the reason why you are going to be more successful. The quality of the sunline is a little bit dim and unclear. Dim and unclear sunline means that there could be some doubts and self-doubt leading to lack of clarity, and when there's lack of clarity, the chances of the success is going to be a little bit limited. The quality is not too bad, but in comparison, when we compare this portion from the age of 29 till the age of 53, it's a little bit dim. After the age of 53, it is excellent. So that is the reason why we normally give importance to each and every line when we are looking for success. There's another view as well. If we go purely by the Palmistry book, it would say this is 29, this is 32, 35, 44, 53, and beyond. This is how the book says. I normally say that if I find the line to be good above the heart line and below the finger on the mount of sun, I would say success throughout one's life, and not necessarily only after the age of 53. So this is how I try to analyze. So this is another hand image that I had in front of me, and there appears to be some V-like portions. I'm not going to repeat those things, the meaning of those things, but these V-like portions are considered to be good. If they were much more deeper and clearer, it would have been much better indication as well. So these add up to your success. When there's a V-like portion, there's a money triangle-like formation also that you see out here. Money triangle. If there were less lines in the middle, I would have rated it to be much better. Money triangle is nothing but a combination of 3 lines. The money line needs to be stable during the portion it's running. So this portion before the age of 35, it is good. So success and stability in money. Then a good Mercury line means good set of skills. So you need good set of skills in order to be successful. So this is the earlier portion of the Mercury line, the portion that you are running in. The earlier portion means from the age of, let's say, 20 till the age of 35, 40. That's the age we are referring to. Then the headline during the portion after the age of 35 also, it is good and stable. Again, we would say good and positive aspects, because the money triangle formation is the main criteria. If the quality is good, the chances of success is going to be great even before the age of 35 as well. People who have got broken kind of a money line out here, broken headline, and they say I have got a money triangle, that would be of no use, because it is a bad money triangle. But you don't have this kind of a formation. I just for explanation purpose, I try to show these things on your palm, and there's a line from the area of Mars coming and touching the headline. There's another line coming and touching the headline. So these are all before the age of 35. So these are problem lines, lines of oppositions, restrictions, and mental agony. Those are the mental worries. Those are the lines it is referred to. And you had referred regarding this particular portion. I've already explained. You had sent me this hand image, and just taking a look at one or two more things before we complete the video. So in the initial phase of your life, one minute. In the initial phase of your life, the main money line is kind of starting close to the lifeline, but there are few branches from the area of Mount of Moon that are joining into the main money line. So these are gains that you may have received. So these are gains that you may have received. A triangle-like formation on the money line could also mean property, but that triangle needs to be much clearer than we say it with surety. But these lines are additions. Like money line is nothing but a river, and these are tributaries that are joining into the main river. So these are gains that are coming to your life. So in that way, it is a good sign to have. These were the other hand images that you had sent me. Just taking a look at the left hand for a brief while. The quality of the heart line is imperfect out here. So you need to be very, very careful regarding the heart, what you eat, when you eat less of salt and sugar, do more breathing exercises. Those would help you to get more strength to your heart. These very, very good lines from the amount of Jupiter takes you to a higher position in the early portion of your life, even before the age of 18, and even in the later portion of your life. In the earlier portion, the person becomes a prefect, monitor, something, these kind of things the person becomes. And in the later portion, the person gains in a position of respect, the administrative position or the political position, or it could also take you towards the spiritual path as well. So this is what is represented out here. And the money line is, there's a money triangle like formation out here as well, that is there. It's not a perfect, but it is there. So it does add up. And there's a small branch that is leaning a little bit inwards. If this point is age 35 on the money line, so this point is roughly going to be around the age of 31. It's kind of pointing a little bit towards the amount of Mars. So there could have been losses according to the left hand before around that particular age. Lines that join into the main line, those are good. Lines that exit from the main line, those are negative lines. And the main money line is appearing to end at the age of 35. And new lines are also there before it ends. And then those are the changes that would have been there in your life. So there are quite similarities in both the hands, I would say. And the amount of Mercury appears to be well padded. So the person could have very good memory. And but too many lines, basically, it means that the person is overworking their mind. So that needs to be controlled. And the quality of the sunlight, even in the left hand, becomes better after the age of 53. In the earlier portion, it is medium type. So medium type would give you medium type of result. Sun line is also known as the name and fame line. It is also known as the luck line. It is also known as the so the sun line, even in the left hand, is good. And when lines are kind of moving a little bit inwards out here, pointing a little bit towards Mercury, those are also considered to be good because Mercury is for the business and skill part, and the sun line moving towards this area gets the quality of Mercury as well. So in all good, there are few negatives which I've already pointed out. If you can control those negatives, then the possibilities are extremely good. And I would just end the video out here. Thanks for watching. Bye and take care.